A while ago I showed you a MOC by JL.Bricks which depicts a picturesque fantasy version of the Acropolis of Athens. This MOC accompanies perfectly Lego's Great Pyramid of Giza, which could be seen in this YouTube channel's first video. Today I'm going to show you another MOC by JL.Bricks, Vesuvius and Pompeii. It consists of 2,539 pieces. The instructions for this MOC were released on Rebrickable in September 2023 for 16 euros. Once again we get to see a MOC which is in the same style and the same size as Lego's pyramid set. And this time we get to see the city of Pompeii during the Vesuvius catastrophe in 79 AD. So you can see here's the city, and we get to see it just at the moment when the volcano is exploding. Of course, it's again the case, just like it was with the Athens MOC and the Lego's pyramid set, that we don't really get to see a model. We just get to see a generic Roman town, and yeah, also the scales are completely off. The volcano is way too small, but I don't really think that this is a problem. This is a cute little fantasy set, and once we have assembled everything, I think we really get to see something really cool on the table. For this MOC I'm going to use bricks by JL.Bricks and by Lego. My biggest order comes from China. Of course, those are the JL.Bricks. And yeah, these are 2,296 pieces. For the bricks I paid about 167 euros. Shipping was free. Then I ordered from Europe Lego bricks. Those are 104 bricks, and I paid for the bricks about 13 euros and about 2 euros for shipping. And then I got a second order with Lego bricks. I also ordered this on Bricklink from Europe. These are 139 bricks. And I paid for them about 10 euros and about 4 euros for shipping. Next, I bought this sticker here from JL.Bricks. He wanted to have 4 euros for the sticker and 1 euro for shipping. And of course, I also had to buy the instructions, which I have already downloaded. As I said before, the instructions did cost 16 euros. So in total, I paid about 217 euros. Well, as we can see, the instructions don't start right away with the building process. First of all, we get to see 2 19th century paintings and a quote by Pliny the Younger. He witnessed the catastrophe from a quite safe distance. Well, at least compared to his uncle Pliny the Elder, who took his ship and drove right into the action. Pliny the Younger was, I think he was in Misenum. I haven't read Pliny in a while. And yeah, nevertheless, from there he still witnessed some harsh stuff. And yeah, this quote and these pictures really put us in the mood for this MOC here. Oh yeah, it's a quote from one of the letters which Pliny wrote to Tacitus. Alright, first of all, I think I'm going to sort all these bricks now by type. This will take quite a while. Luckily, some of those bricks are already pre-sorted by the guys who put them in the bags, but as you can see, there are still a lot of bags which come with a quite huge variety of different pieces. So I don't want to waste too much time during the building process, and that's why I'm going to sort all my bricks. Then I'm not going to, then I won't have to search for an individual brick at each building step endlessly, and yeah, the building process itself is just going to be way smoother. After I have sorted all my bricks, I'm going to start with step 1. I will come back to you as soon as I see something interesting or something simply doesn't work as intended. Step 19. We are in the middle of building the base for our build, and I had much fun so far. As you can see, we only used bigger pieces, and with bigger pieces you get to see some results quite fast. The instructions are absolutely fine so far. I didn't have any problems. They are extremely easy to follow. They are just great. But I think in this step now we get to see something which Lego wouldn't do, or at least they wouldn't do it like this. So you can see that we have built this, and now we have to place these black plates below these plates here. So this means we have to lift up our quite huge build and then place the plates below the build to be able to interlock them with the plates above. Lego simply would have done this in another order. There we would in the instructions by Lego, I guess we would have placed these black plates first and added the upper plates later. But it really would be exaggerated to complain about this. It's easily doable, so that's no problem at all. I just noticed that it's done in another way than Lego would do it. Step 58. We have to build this little segment here 2 times. And I think here went something wrong in the instructions. Normally steps 58, 59 and 60 should all be sub-steps of the same step, because you can see we have to build the whole segment 2 times, but it's only shown next to step 58. And yeah, clearly these 2 steps also belong to the same step. And yeah, there's also just 1 piece used per step, and I think that's a bit unnecessary because we simply could have placed all 3 pieces in 1 single step. It's easily visible where all the pieces are going to. Step 69. This is annoying, but we got a work stoppage here now. You see, in this step I have to use these plates here in olive green, and I just noticed that the company in China from where I ordered most of the pieces did send me several pieces which are supposed to be in olive green in this mint green color. Here are other of those pieces in the wrong color, and I'm not quite sure where this actually happened. So you can see here that I got this list where which they used while picking all my pieces, and there it's clearly visible that some of the olive green pieces are shown as mint green. Maybe there is a problem with their web interface that the colors immediately got turned into mint green instead of olive green, but I'm not sure. Here, these are the pieces which we are supposed to use on this step, but also in this list it's clearly mint green and not olive green. Or maybe I did something wrong while uploading my part list. I have no idea, but this is a bit annoying. Here are the other pieces which should be in olive green. I think there aren't any mint green pieces in this build at all, but I got quite a few of them, as you can see according to this list here. Damn it. Well, I'm going to order all my mint green pieces now in olive green, but this time I order them at Bricklink. And hopefully I can continue the build in a few days. Alright, a few days and about 17.5 euros for the bricks and 4 euros for shipping later, I can go on with the build. Of course, these problems always appear at weekends and even when there is a holiday in between. This is just annoying, but finally I can continue. Step 74. In this step and in the two previous steps, we have placed this black border around the build. And as you can see, we did predominantly use 1x8 tiles. Stupidly, one of those tiles is missing. It didn't come with my order from China. They must have counted wrong there. But I think I luckily have enough of those pieces in my collection. I will have a look later because for now this isn't really an important piece. You can see that it's not an integral part of the build, so it doesn't matter if I leave this open for now and simply place the piece later when I am in the mood to go through my collection to have a look where I can find one of those pieces. Step 103. It seems that we are starting to place the first slopes of the volcano, which probably means that we have completed the base. And this thing here really is sturdy. It's crazy. But I fear the day when I'm going to disassemble all the pieces again. Have a look here at how many plates we have interlocked with each other. But this makes it a really sturdy build. Oh, and I also found a tile which we can place here now. This tile comes from a Mold King set, and Mold King also uses JL.Bricks, but it seems that the pieces JL.Bricks produces for Mold King look better, or at least tiles look better than pieces you order directly from JL.Bricks. This black here of the Mold King piece is way more intense than the other pieces here. Alright, this corner piece here is fine. Is it by Lego maybe? Let's have a look underneath this piece. No, it's not a Lego piece. This piece also is by JL.Bricks. The colors of these JL.Bricks bricks are totally fine, but I'm really not a fan of the tiles. They have perfect clutch power, but there are problems with the color. So you can see this corner tile here. The black of this one is more intense than the black of the normal longer tiles. But yeah, the tiles which come with Mold King sets look as good as these corner tiles here. Maybe they store them in another way than their normal pieces, or they simply pay more attention when they produce them. I don't know. Normal JL.Bricks tiles often simply look used, and this tile here looks perfect. But that's the only thing I can complain about. Really, all the other JL.Bricks pieces are absolutely awesome. They have perfect clutch power. I think it's a bit more clutch power than we are used to by Lego, but that's fine. And have a look at the injection points. That's absolutely okay. I think they are more or less on the same level, these bricks, on the same level as Lego bricks are. Step 109. I found a little error in the instructions. You can see that all the pieces which we have to place in the step are marked. You can see it with this red border here. But we already have placed this tan slope in the previous step. When we have a look here at step 108, there it is. And yeah, it's marked. We had to place it here in this step, not in this step. So when we go on now with this piece here, and next this one, then this one, oh, this is wrong, like here, and then this one, everything looks exactly like shown in the instructions. But this tan slope up here is left over. We can't place it anywhere because the instructions think that we have to place the slope here where we already had placed the slope in the step before. Step 121. Two of the pieces we have to place in the step are those two 1x1 slopes in olive green. But I don't know where to place them. Well, one goes here, but I have no idea where we have to place the other one. You can see here that there's a second of those slopes, but we have already placed this in one of the earlier steps. So I have no idea where to put the second one. Yeah, this one is left over. Step 129. Once again, we are supposed to place a 1x1 slope in olive green, this one here, which we already have placed in the previous step, this one here. It's exactly the same one. Step 191. This can't work. We can't place this 1x3 brick here. Have a look here. How are we supposed to do it? The only solution is to take our build apart, or at least to detach a few pieces. So now we have space to place our 1x3 plate brick there, and then we can reattach the other pieces. You see, this 1x4 plate sits on this 1x3 brick, and yeah, of course we can't place it after we have placed the 1x4 plate. We should have placed this 1x3 brick in a previous step. Step 235. Once again I got a missing piece. This 1x1x5 brick didn't come with my Chinese order, even though it appears in this little inventory list as checked. That's stupid. Well, I'm going to use a piece now from my collection. Luckily, I got one spare piece here. Step 306. I was utterly confused where to place this piece here. In the instructions, it looks like we have to place it like this, but there are no studs below. We can't interlock it in this position. There's just air. And yeah, the next step didn't give me any help either, but in step 308, the perspective changes slightly, or have a look at step 309, there it is even more clear. And yeah, This here is the position where we are supposed to interlock this piece. And this, of course, is no problem at all. Step 336. It's always a bit problematic to reverse the building direction when exclusively working with Lego bricks. I'm using Lego bricks and JL.Bricks for this build, but the instructions were made with only Lego bricks in mind. Well, what to do now? You can see that we got this little Technic pin here, and yeah, we simply stick it on in this negative stud here. Like, oh, come on. I'll have to use my right hand for this. Where is it gone? Here it is. Oh, come on. It's not so easy with just one hand. Okay, I got it in there. And now you can see that we can simply place this little 1x1 slope on top of the pin, and it's perfectly interlocked. I'm not quite sure if this is a legal building technique, but it works. Step 500. We have completed the volcano, and you also can see that we have added this huge dark cloud up here, and now we are adding all these little rocks and stuff that is ejected out of the volcano due to the explosion. And one of these things that we are adding is this part here. I don't know what it is, a little flame and ashes or whatever. And my problem was with this thing here is that the tip of this whole construction consists of this little flame here, and yeah, it's not such a good idea how this flame is added. You can see that we got these round 1x1 plates here. And the third of those plates is a plate with hollow stud. And this little flame here got this pin. The problem now is that, of course, this pin is surrounded by material, and this means we can't really stick the pin deep in this hole. When we do it like this, and thanks to this thing being translucent, we are able to see that the tip only slightly sticks in there, maybe by 2 millimeters or something like this. And yeah, the rest of this flame is stopped by the rim of our 1x1 plate. This means that when we slightly touch it, it falls off. Step 534. We have completed the volcano, and this thing really looks cool. But now it's time to build this little town here at the shore, because the only glimpse of civilization so far is this tiny path here. Step 807. I have placed all the buildings, the ships, and the trees and so on. And according to our building instructions, this was the final step. We are done with the build. It's complete. But there is one last step not mentioned in the instructions. We still have to apply a sticker. So you can see that we can decide between an English sticker and a Latin sticker. I think I'm going with the English sticker. Wish me luck. I didn't place it too bad. This looks actually quite fine. Huh? Wow. Alright, then let's have a look at our completed build. I think it really looks amazing. There are so many details and the whole MOC is so colorful. It's great. Here we got the volcano and yeah, all these rocks, which are still extremely hot, are flying out of the mountain. We got all these clouds with the ashes and so on. Some of the lava is flowing down the mountain. Here are several rocks which are, yeah, just at the time of impact, or at least half a second later, they will hit the foot of the hill or of the volcano. I really love how these clouds are done. This looks so cool. That's a nice building technique. And also the idea with these still hot rocks which are here on top with these flames and so on is really well done. It's a cool building technique. We talked about it before that the flames are not interlocked too well with the rest of these little segments, but if you don't touch it too much, everything perfectly stays in place. Yeah, then at the foot of the hill or of the volcano we got this landscape where there are no buildings, and then here is the city wall and an aqueduct, or this water bridge here. Aqueducts can be subterranean or visible like this here. And of course we got the whole town at the shore. Here we got an amphitheater, I guess. A lot of little houses. We can see that the streets are, we see these huge cobblestones or whatever you call the material of which Roman streets are made of these huge rocks. This here might be a little forum. Everywhere we can find little statues and little temples. Here is a little harbor with cranes and those two boats. A little round temple, this is quite cool. A little fountain. And also quite interestingly is this building here. You can see that, that it's destroyed. Before the catastrophe of the volcano here, there were several earthquakes. Even years before Vesuvius got this active, there were earthquakes, and during that period, there were quite big damages due to the earthquakes in the city. And for example, this building here collapsed. JL.Bricks is talking about some details in the description of the MOC at Replicable, but I'm not going too deep into those details because this isn't really Pompeii. As I said before, the city just is not built like this. the buildings are at the complete wrong places, and yeah, of course, the amphitheater doesn't look like this at all. Okay, these steps here on both sides, that's a nice little detail. There had actually been these kind of steps, but the position of this arena is completely wrong, and yeah, the forum looks differently, and also here this aqueduct, I think it's supposed to be, or JL.Bricks said it even, it's the Aqua Augusta, but the whole, or more or less the whole Aqua Augusta is subterranean. You can't see it from above the earth. And yeah, and I'm absolutely sure that near Pompeii, nowhere you can find these bridge-like aqueducts. They are just, channels under the earth. They have dug tunnels there and so on. But this building here, I think that's fine. It's it's a little surge tank, a Castellum Aqua, and this thing really is there. There's just not this bridge which transport water over there. It's going below the earth and ends here in this little building from where it's distributed all over the town. Our little building, or our little build, even has a backside, and here we can have a look inside the volcano. The smog is just exactly done in the same way as Lego's Giza set. So in the Giza set, we got only half a pyramid and could have a look inside the pyramid. And now here we can have a look inside the volcano. We get to see a magma chamber and stuff like that. I think that's a really cool idea. And just like the Giza set, when you build the set 2 times, you can see here are those Technic cross-shaped holes where we can interlock this set with a pin or this MOC here with 2 pins with a second MOC. So if you build this MOC 2 times, you get a complete volcano. Of course, you also get 2 times this town. This might look a bit strange. Just leave the side empty maybe. It's a little fantasy set. It's not really accurate, but I think that's really not a problem. It looks so beautiful, and it's the idea what counts here. It's a fun mock, and just have a look at those colors. It's so cool. And I really like all these little Roman houses and temples. This here looks a bit like the Roman Pantheon. It's so nice. The bricks I used for the set, for the smog, were absolutely fine. I used mainly JL.Bricks, but also some Lego bricks, and there were no problems with the construction of the smog. The instructions were absolutely fine. We had some tiny errors in the instructions, but really nothing which you can't see and correct. The only little downside of this MOC, besides the fantasy town, might be that you can see here that one of the corners here in the front, or maybe both corners, are not sitting flat on the ground. It's a little bit wobbly. I don't think this has to do anything with the bricks I used. It wouldn't be better with Lego bricks. When I remember correctly, the Giza set had the same problems here in the front. It's just a problem with the construction techniques used here. We got plates and place on those plates a lot of tiny other plates and tiles, and yeah, as you can see, that means that there is some tension in this whole construction which bends the edges upwards. It's not too much, it's only a tiny bit. You only really see it when you push with your finger on the edges. It's just a bit annoying, but Lego didn't do it any better, and it's really just a problem of these constructions, I guess, because here at the backside, where we got this massive construction, there everything is perfectly flat. Yeah, I think this set might be even cooler than, or this MOC might be even cooler than the last MOC that I had built by JL.Bricks, the Acropolis of Athens, because I really love this ancient Roman stuff. And the volcano just looks so cool. Have a look at these rocks. This is really fantastic. It's an awesome MOC.